hear it one more time for the last guy. I think we all know most of us like to have our balls in someone's face. So I've been growing my beard much bushier and longer now, and some people really like it and some people don't, so I'm trying to market it as a pussy pillow now. Hopefully that helps me. And then, so eugenics was started in the US, but I feel like the Holocaust could have been prevented if Hitler just spoke better English. Like he was somewhere like this, like, hey, we need to beat these Americans on this eugenics thing. Wait, I like this. And he just kept going higher. If God's omniscient, which means he knows everything and he experienced everything, does he know what it's like to take a big old dick up the ass? And if he does, is that why so many Christians are homophobic? Because there's only like two reasons. Either he really, really liked it, and we know he's a jealous God and doesn't want anyone else to do it. Or he really, really hated it and he is a homophobe. So when I was younger, a lot of people said I looked like my mom, which I didn't really get because I'm the spitting image of my dad, until she got cancer a couple of years ago. And then I was like, oh, I do see the resemblance. She survived, she's good. She actually likes that joke, but cancer sucks, we all know that. And cancer in kids is the worst, but I've got to talk about Make-A-Wish for a second. Because these fucking brats haven't had to work a day in their life. And they're gonna meet movie stars, they don't have to pay for medical care, and they want me to foot the bill to go to Disneyland. Bitch, I can't even afford to go to Disneyland. And they're not gonna remember in 5 years. So like I used to be really scared of pedophiles, and then I grew up. But like I have more puro jokes, I just have to groom them a bit longer. Like I'm a big person with semantics, like words matter. So I was in the bathroom at a public place the other day, I had one of those signs that said, don't flush anything except toilet paper. So I left the shit on the floor. If raw dog is sex without the condom, would the opposite just be shitty sex? And is a bukkake party also a baby shower?
No!
Not for me, I want to be one bringing the gifts. So I have a 6-year-old and people always ask me, isn't she the best thing that ever happened to you? I'm like, no, she is not the best thing that ever happened to me. I didn't leave high school, go on a mission, come back and marry the first girl who held my hand and start knocking out babies. I lived before I had kids. I lived in Thailand and I was on there like Tinder, I guess you could say it, and I hooked up with a deaf girl and we were flirting. And about 2 weeks later, I started flirting with someone else who's also deaf. This is just a normal site. I mean, paraplegics, blind girls, the whole gamut of women, right? And I don't judge. But one of them's like, do you want to go out for lunch? I'm like, sure. And she goes, can I bring my roommate? And I'm like, sure, I don't know the country. That seems weird, and they're not asking for anything expensive. So we go to lunch, we go to a movie, we're at dinner, and she goes, do you recognize my roommate? I'm like, no. And she shows me the other deaf girl I've been flirting with all night.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, well, I guess I deserve it. And then she goes, are you okay with both of us? Now I love my daughter. That is one of the best things that's ever happened to me in my life. Except one of them was like completely deaf, and she was like, and I'm like, my fucking God, what is this, right? I'm not gonna stop, but it was kind of awkward. It's like something I wasn't expecting. You know, like if you're making out with a girl and pull her pants down and her dick drops out, it's not, I'm not gonna go with it, it's just not what I expected, you know? Thank you guys, that's my time.
Yeah!